Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if this is your very first time seeing me. Today's video is, let's breathe, let's work it in. Y'all see the title. I recently lost my 9-to-5 job, and a month ago, I didn't think I would see myself really sitting here with a smile on my face, but now I am, and it's because of these things that I have put into practice, and I'm really excited about sharing it with you. So I wanted to just kind of share like how I've been able to cope and just move forward during such a difficult transition for me. So if you guys are interested, then let's get started. All right, so the first thing I want you to do is give yourself some time to process. Listen, losing a job is a loss. Loss. You got it? Okay. So losing a job is a loss, and you need to grieve that. Especially if you've worked somewhere for, years, you've given a lot into this job, you put a lot of energy into it. It's me. I literally just felt like everything came at one time. My whole life changed. I had kind of created this life around my job, and now I don't have that. So now it's like a missing piece, right? And I was like, what do I do? Where do I go? But God kept sending people in my life that would not let me just kind of stay in that, but also giving me time to be able to process that. And by that I mean help from my parents, help from my brother, help from friends, family. Like, they have been surrounding me with good juju the whole time, and everyone has been like, how can we help? And don't be afraid to tell them how they can help you. Maybe you don't really know right now, and all you need is a little prayer, you know what I'm saying? Or you may need, hey, can you send me some Starbucks? Because I know it's out of my budget right now, but I need something to treat myself. Like, whatever that looks like for you, but give yourself some time to process. I need you to feel those emotions, whether that's anger, sadness, or frustration. I felt all of those, and it helped me to be able to process what was going on around me. And I cannot stress enough that you gotta give yourself time to heal, because it is a loss. Remember that. Shout out to my therapist for giving me those nuggets before she even knew I was gonna need them. Okay, we were talking about something totally different, and this ended up coming into the works and showing us what we needed to do. So I'm excited about that. All right, so the second thing I need you to do is to start looking for new opportunities. While it's important to give yourself time to process, it's also important that you start looking for new opportunities. So go ahead, update that resume, start applying for jobs that may interest you. Now, this is something I highly recommend to get started on doing right away. But also, in that same breath, make sure you're applying for things that are going to bring you joy. Now, you're not at the point, well, if you're not at the point where you need to actually kind of go rush back into the field, make sure what you were doing before is really going to be something you want to do going forward. And I say that because I'm in a season of transition myself, where I was previously in procurement. I've been in procurement for 12 years. The things that I have learned have been absolutely amazing. But the heart pumps, thumps, and breathes for community work, for working in the community and helping others. That's where I really thrive and strive. As you can see, like, I'm smiling all over, because that's where I get my most fulfillment. And so I invite you to apply for those jobs that maybe aren't in that field that you thought you had. While you're updating your resume, think about all the things that you did at that previous employer. What were some of those skill sets that you learned that now you can take anywhere and use? Or maybe you volunteered, or you started an organization within your organization. Share those things. Those count, and people need it. I'm heavily interested in DEI right now, which is diversity, inclusion, and I always mess that up. Diversity, equality, and inclusion. I mess it up all the time, but I love that. And there are so many positions that are opening up because everyone is heavily focused on DEI in their organization. So I want you guys to really just take a moment and dive into your resume, see what you can tweak and twerk and make it work for you, okay? And then just go out on a limb and apply for those jobs. And this one is to my sisters. Remember, there are a lot of things that we may not feel like we are meeting the requirements for, but that next person who ain't really got not a piece of that requirement, they're already applying for that job. You got to think big. Think big. Y'all know the rest. Go see the TikTok. Gotta think big, okay?
You think it's small. We need to be thinking big.
Go for that position that you want or that you don't think you really qualify for. Who cares? Put it out there. You never know who's looking at that resume, who wants to give you a shot. And guess what? It ain't nothing but a click of a button or filling out a few paperwork things for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of your time, and you could be missing out on your dream job by not just applying. So update that resume, get yourself together, okay? And make sure that you are applying for those jobs. The third thing I want you to do is to reach out to your network. Raise your hand if you're on LinkedIn. Okay, if you're not on LinkedIn, friend, you need to be on LinkedIn. I highly recommend it, and I'll have a link down below where you can get signed up for LinkedIn. This is a great place to start your network, but it doesn't have to stop there. I like LinkedIn because it's more on the professional side. So if I'm looking for a more corporate position or trying to reach out to people within a certain career path, whatever it is I'm looking for, LinkedIn usually can get me there a lot faster. But don't negate what social media can do. Now, LinkedIn is like a professional social media, but Facebook and your Instagram and Pinterest, different things like that, y'all, listen, they put jobs everywhere now. So don't think that your people ain't on everything. So one of the things I like doing, if I am looking for something, I'll reach out on Facebook. I'll put in search of this, looking for this, positions needed this. Like, I'm always using my network to try to find more or get better. So reaching out to your network is a great way to find new job opportunities. You can reach out to friends, you can reach out to former colleagues and other industry contacts and let them know that you are looking for work and you're ready to work. Now, that's only if you're ready to work though. Like, don't be reaching out to your friends and you really have not even like gotten your life together on what you want to do next. Don't do that. Don't waste their time. Don't waste your time. The last thing you want to do is use a contact and then they get you somewhere and then you can't even respond back or call back or whatever the case is. Listen, just don't be that friend, okay? Don't be that friend whatsoever. A new interest. Listen, losing my job has created more opportunities for me to figure out a lot more about myself. A lot of times we get so consumed and wrapped up in what we're doing from our 9 to 5. By the time we get home, we're tired. We barely have time. And that's what happened with me. I barely had time to come even on here and make a YouTube video. I didn't have time to work in the shop. Like, this room was basically just going to waste. And I hated that. And then after I got unengaged, one of the things I said, I was sticking up for myself. I was believing in myself, and I had been here before, but what does this mean? And so I've been opened up to just really discovering who I am. That's how Michelle Elaine came up. I want to show up authentically to you guys. And so that's why I'm taking this moment to take it as an opportunity and not a true loss to explore what else I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about being in the community. I'm passionate about working out. I actually am. Like, when I can make the time to do it, I do it. Like, and I go hard, and it's great, right? But I want to take time to like perfect my crafts. I did my nails the other week. Like, I've been getting some rest. That's an interest of mine. Resting was an interest of mine. How do y'all be resting? Baby girl was having to take a pill every night. You hear me? So there's those small things, but you can take a class, you can learn a new skill, or even start a side hustle. Like, this is your time to stay motivated, energized, and everything while you're doing your job search. So don't be afraid to like tag along to somebody else's, like if they have something you can tag along with, tag along. Go ahead and go so you can figure out what it is that you like to do. And the last and final thing, you guys, is to take care of yourself. It's so important that you take care of yourself during this time, because this is when, for me, the enemy tends to rise and come up the quickest, is when I am not taking care of myself and my mental health suffers. So make sure you're exercising, you're still eating well, and still getting enough sleep. I'm working on the last one, but all of this can help you be healthy and be able to stay focused while you're looking for your next move. Make your next move your best move is all I got. And in order to do that, you need to be healthy physically, mentally, and emotionally. And so you don't want to go into your new job with all those bad up emotions and feelings, because they will just start off on the wrong foot. You want to go into it peaceful and just very zen. We want to be zen when we go in. All right, y'all, so that's it. That's literally how I've been coping with losing my job. And I just want y'all to remember, losing a job can be very difficult, but it can also be an opportunity to explore new opportunities and just genuinely grow as a person. And I hope if you're watching this video, you're getting the vibes that I've grown a lot, that I'm getting, I feel like I'm matured in the past month, kinda, and I've had to trust some things that I didn't think I would trust before. I've been doing a lot of devotionals, a lot of just sitting and talking with God, and he's revealed so much to me, and I'm just really thankful for that. I'm thankful for kind of trying to get out of this fear moment, these moments that are like weighing me down. And I tend to wake up every morning with gratitude in my heart and on my soul, and I think that's super important. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that these tips will help you in whatever situation you're in. Maybe you haven't lost your job and you're just going through a transition right now. You're trying to figure out what you want to do next. You can still use these tips to get there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video. Mwah. KK, bye.
You special and she reckless. Remember, you're my bestest friend. Yeah, she my bestie. My love for you is endless. Nobody else can end it. And when I get the money back, then baby girl, you can spend it. And everything is alright. I like how you doing.